Get ready for hot takes and insight from local industry experts in real estate, business, and lifestyle. He used to play ball with the Padres. He played hockey for the Lobos. Now they're crushing it in the real estate game. Together, they'll showcase the best of the Duke City. This is All About You, ABQ.
That's right. It is all about you, ABQ. Now, the goal of the show is to highlight the best of our city's industry experts in real estate, culture, and lifestyle so that you walk away with some value, feeling inspired. Now, the way we like to do that is to answer the questions you may have or interview the guests you want to see. So we invite you to join the conversation. You can reach out on our social media tag up here, The Barbecue Show, or join our email list to get some timely tips about our community and real estate market. Hey, I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage in Albuquerque.
Grant Harvey, home loan expert.
You probably know Grant as the head coach of the University of New Mexico men's Lobo hockey team. Now he's actually crushing it in the mortgage game.
You've seen Skip on HGTV's House Hunters. He's part of the top 2% producing real estate agents in the city.
Season 7, here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. We're joined by a couple of smoking hot ladies, Carly Quinn and John Moll, a.k.a. Salty Pirate Tits.
I got dibs on both.
And then obviously stay tuned to the end of the show. It's everybody's favorite, Skip's Tips.
Yeah.
Grant, season 7 rolling along.
Get those tips out.
Yeah, get those tits out for the show today.
Yeah, so I already know what's going to happen. Grant, how's the bathroom going? Well, busted because the bathroom is finally done.
Oh.
Mark, roll the tape.
The highly anticipated master guest room bathroom that I've been speaking about. So obviously you see we use some high quality textiles, and I'm going to show you the bathroom remodel. So this house was previously worth $500,000. Now it's north of 7.2 million. So let me just show you a couple of features for millionaires. So we can change the lights, obviously, because who doesn't want to do that? If you guys have ever experienced fog, not anymore, because millionaires shouldn't have to do it with fog. So look at this bathroom innovation. And you guys were under the impression that Leonardo da Vinci had died. And you're right, I designed this. Okay, so just putting it out there, he's not alive currently. Again, this room goes out for $1,000 a night. The only thing is this rug needs to lose some weight. Get it? But yeah, I need $10,000 deposit, and I am taking cash, and it might require a gut check for you to buy this. What I mean is a gut check that's backed by your internal organs. But it also comes with 2 really bad dogs and continental breakfast, meaning you have to leave the continent to get breakfast. This place is really far away. But thanks for checking it out, and MTV Cribs.
Dude, sick bathroom. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just glad we finally got to see it, dude. You've been teasing this for the past 5 seasons.
That's because I have like friends that work so slow, and they're like, Grant, we'll help you out for free, and they worked at a free pace. So, and you know what they did? Shout out to Anderson and Clark, but they would meet and do a little bit of work, and they go, hey, you want to go snowboarding? And they'd meet and have vacation. I go, no, don't stop going to places. Stop meeting here and putting down 2 pieces of tile and leaving the state. But they did. And they didn't listen. So my insurance company was like, we need to see proof that you finished this bathroom. It's been 5 months. Like, I go, guys, hard deadline, like finish it. So they did. Good guys, great guys.
Great guys. I saw the mosaic. Great textiles, by the way.
Thank you.
Picked out some good textiles.
Textiles is what I try to send them to hurry the F up about my bathroom. Yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh my God, what have I been up to? Actually, shout out DJ Kirch once again, dude. Heading up to Colorado this weekend. We're gonna go check out the Pod Squad versus the Rockies. There's a game going on. We're going to check out Meow Wolf up in Denver as well.
That's cool.
I haven't been to Denver in, I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
probably.
Denver's actually annoying. So, like, I would go up there to be a coach, right? And there's not an hour that you can avoid traffic. There's too many people in Denver. It sucks.
How's the downtown? It's like downtown San Diego?
Yeah, downtown's great. It's just like you better stay there. It's just gridlocked. I've been going there since a kid. You probably did too for baseball or whatever. For hockey, we would have our travel team, and I remember that it didn't used to take an hour from go to Colorado Springs to Denver. It was not gridlocked, and now like Denver's just it's too many people, man. It's just it's not as fun as it used to be.
One more reason that people are relocating from Colorado to Albuquerque.
Yeah, it's we talked about this, but there's a quality or standard of life or quality of life where you basically accept that this is how life should go and wait an hour in traffic or not. But there's a lot of people who are fed up with it and they come here. And I don't blame them because I can't even handle 20 minutes of traffic.
Switching gears, do you remember that movie Idiocracy? Did you ever see that
man,
one?
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Dude, it's the best movie ever, but foreshadowed so well where we are now.
Everything.
Yeah, if you look at
the
it.
shoes, what are the stupid shoes?
Crocs. Everybody was wearing Crocs.
It was like oh funny, like oh they're gonna wear Crocs.
Only
like,
idiots.
Ha.
Yeah, only idiots wear Crocs, and it turns out Crocs is now sliding into brick and mortar in Albuquerque's Coronado Center. Crocs plans to open its first Albuquerque store this month with 3,000 square feet. They're going to be creating 10 to 15 jobs.
Of the shoe.
The store will offer products for adults and kids. Obviously, the custom Albuquerque Crocs. Mark, you got some of those pictures of those custom Crocs for us one more time?
I actually have Hamburglar Crocs just to be funny.
Yeah, look at this guy. This guy's got green
No,
chili
that guy's
Crocs.
name is Vato.
Look at this. Yeah, Albuquerque, New Mexico, custom Crocs.
Vato Padilla was on the bus. It was on the rail run or whatever. No, what's our stupid thing that no one uses?
The art project.
Yeah, art project. I like it as a project. When you think about project,
I
yeah,
think
here
his
we
shirt
go.
says Bato.
Vato Padilla.
Anyways, pick up those Crocs at the new Crocs
He
store.
used to
It's
work
over
at the
there.
newsstand.
Yeah, the nude stand. But
What are we going to talk about again?
I thought you were ranting.
We are unglued. Oh yeah, we're going to bring up stuff that's I've always wondered about, or mad venting, vatoing. Go ahead, Mark. Let's cue it up. I'm having a Nick fit. I'm having an absolute Nick fit. Okay, so I like to dip into like sayings that are antiquated, and we still use them to this day. So let's talk about when people say, well, every time I turn around, I will then stop turning around. I mean, I feel like you know what happens. Like you like spinning so much, don't turn around anymore. Let's talk about, people say they don't want to blow smoke up your ass. I don't want you to do it either. So like this works out perfect. Why? But people say that, and there's a reason why, but it doesn't matter. I just feel like you're announcing things that we both don't want. Okay, cool, that works out. Throwing the baby out with the bathwater, was this a problem at one point in time? Where like, and I thought bathwater drains. Was your baby going down the drain? Was it that premature? You were like, oh no, hey. Greg, stop putting your baby down the drain. You keep your babies. Okay, well, every time I drain, no, they were going to want to stay. What about when people go, well, everyone and their mother? So we're double counting some people at this point, right? So you go everyone and then their mother. So like, that's probably why people think there's some election fraud, because they go, well, everyone showed up and their mother. Well, that counts as double. What about people say, I don't want to beat a dead horse? Do you have a habit of that? Like, where are they happening? Like, you better not. Don't beat any animal, live or dead. Let's talk about, if I had $1 for every, okay, what's the total? How much? What are you up to? You'd have $218? What is it? Like, I don't care if you had $1 for everything. Like, that's not that much money. So that's, run the ledger. And then, so I was in line at the post office, and so the guy's like, hey, Edmonton Oilers, right? You must be, well, you're from Canada. Oh, yeah. And he's like, man, so, you're Canadian. I go, yeah. He's like, specifically, you're Albertan. I go, no, I'm not Albertan. My name is Grant Harvey. Okay? And then ended that conversation. I was pretty mad. Who's Albertan? That's Grant's rants.
Al Borland, Doug. Remember Al Borland? Oh, coming up next, here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. We're joined by Carly Rico Quinn, the clown princess of Albuquerque, and John Moll, a.k.a. Salty Pirate Tits, co-producers of the Queerly Disturbed, promoting the second annual New Mexico Draggy Awards. It's not going to be a drag.
Try to imagine what you're about to see, and I bet you get it wrong.
No, you got it. You can think about it. That's what we're getting into this week. Stay tuned.
Draw with your mind.
This is you, ABQ.
Now open your eyes.
And welcome back to UABQ. I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage here in Albuquerque.
Grant Harvey, home loan expert.
We're joined in studio by Carly Quinn and John Moll, a.k.a. Salty Pirate Tits. Dude, I always just have to say that. I think it's hilarious.
It just rolls off the tongue.
I was going to put it on my business card, but it was already taken.
Yeah, taken. Copyrighted.
John, so let's start with you because, backstory, Albuquerque, born and raised. But talk about the transformation, though.
I don't understand your question.
Let's give some backstory. So a couple of drag ladies here to promote their show, but obviously to educate us on just the drag life, the drag net, and everything about it. Typically, we always like to talk about Albuquerque and real estate and stuff like that, but I think you bring a whole different perspective that we're excited to learn about and just kind of get to know you. But so Albuquerque kid, Colorado kid.
Yes.
And then give me the backstory on how you guys became friends in the first place.
So we ended up meeting through just the grapevine of the drag scene at Sidewinders. I'm pretty sure their old location, because they had changed locations during the pandemic.
What's the one on, is it on Central? Where is Sidewinders?
So both of them are on Central.
Okay.
The old location was the one on Central in Wyoming, and they had switched over to where Martini Grill used to be, which is pretty much like Central and Washington, I want to say, near there. And then Albuquerque Social Club is on Central and Morningside, and it's always been there.
Which one does karaoke, or do they all do karaoke? Because I went to karaoke at a bar, and it was so much fun.
Most of them will do a form of karaoke, but Sidewinders and occasionally Social Club will do like a specifically drag karaoke where they'll have a drag artist hosting and doing like the songs and stuff.
Okay. So you guys connected just through the community. And then talk a little bit about Queerly Disturbed.
Well, so it kind of started one time. We were like, okay, we really want to make a TV show. And then we came in, we filmed a little bit, and then next thing you know, we looked at each other and we went, oh, let's just do a podcast, but a TV show. And so we just really wanted an excuse to get dressed up and sit on a stage and not have to perform. And that was kind of our like, light came down from heaven and we were like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. And every time we bring like another local Albuquerque queen onto the show, they always tell us like, God, it feels so good to not have to be in the bar taking tips right now. I'm just sitting in drag and I just get to talk.
Yeah, we wanted to just make like a nice little space that predominantly exists on the internet for everyone to enjoy, but as far as what we get to enjoy with our friends is like a nice quiet space where we can just have conversations about all sorts of different things.
Like, what, name a top. Like, what would be a topic? Like lasagna recipes.
Some
like,
of the topics will be like with Calorie, we've talked about her like the best form of drag she does for how she got on Drag Race. So like how to do things like that. We'll occasionally go over things like politics with some other queens. We've had queens that have worked at some of the bars, so we'll go over like how it is working at the bar, behind the scenes, just kind of like their life specifically and how drag is tied into it for them, because it's a very open art form that applies differently to everybody. So we're really just like getting a view of how that applies to that friend of ours.
It's almost like a mastermind group. I think you guys get together, throw on the
True. Yes.
figure out what's working, how do we generate more tips and entertain the crowd and still have fun doing it. The premise of this show...
Would we be, like, could we just could we attend? Like, what if we're not like getting dressed? Like, could we still attend? Or they
we
like
would
get
love for
these
you to
guys
come to the
fucking out of
show.
here? They're imposters.
Oh, that'd be so fun for you.
We're
to
just
come
trying
to
to
the
scribe
show.
first. Like, okay, let's like I'm trying to getting started the warm up. You know.
No,
If they're kicking anybody out, it's me because my credit card expired.
Fair.
So they're saying, get out of here, you
Run
moocher.
that plastic
They
myself.
like pick me up like full on cartoon by the shoulders and just like kick me out with the
heave-ho.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my experience with drag shows, I got to go to Lips in San Diego, if you're familiar.
Yes.
Fantastic venue, and so we went there, obviously with an open mind, and I was blown away by just the sheer amount of
blown
people.
away?
I got blown there, and I was just
It was blown away. There he goes.
I was just blown away by the amount of people that show up, number one. And it's all people. It's, straight people, it's queens, it's everybody having a good time, just leaving all, objections at the door, whatever it is, and just coming in with an open mind. But the amount of energy, to speak to what you were saying, just to put on the uniform, if you want to call it the uniform, but to get out there, keep the crowd going. We played bingo that night. We were doing songs, dances. It was it was
love
so much
bingo.
fun. Yeah, dick bingo or whatever you called it. I don't know.
There's so many different things that you can do with a drag event, whether it is like a bingo event or just a regular brunch where there's food and drinks, or whether it is like your really fun like late night club stuff where it's really closely knit and it's a little bit, you could say it's a little raunchier because it's really late at night. There's a lot of different like offers out there as far as how you want to see drag and what you want to see there. And it's really just a big old party and celebration. It's a great time.
I have a question about tucking. Like, so is there a part, like, does everyone, like, do you want to,
Not
like,
everyone tucks.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Not everyone tucks.
Like,
In this?
like
Are
a
you
tuxedo.
kidding? No. Oh, no.
Okay.
There's actually a few different ways to go about tucking.
How would you recommend, like, what would you recommend for Skip if he's tucking?
Yeah, if we're like working together in a
Yeah.
business meeting.
So for
Huckleberry Finn.
So for y'all specifically, because I can already tell, you're gonna want tucking panties because most girls will use tape.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you
And
don't want to
they'll
use
do the
tape.
whole, like,
you don't want to
swoop and
use tape
scoop.
unless you want to
And
like
that
completely.
What happens if you, like, start to get, like, a boner? Like, then where's
Well,
it
if
shoot
you're
out?
tucked, a boner doesn't happen.
Oh,
for the
okay.
most part, it's too
Boner
you're
proof.
You're too focused
You're
on-
too busy.
yeah.
Okay.
And then there is a big whole thing. A lot of people have a big old reaction about it, but it is actually non-painful. There's a whole debacle about where your balls go.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually do go in an upward area where they normally would go. They just go back there.
Oh,
and
you
then you
tuck
just
them up
kind
and
of,
in.
Yeah.
yep, and then you just kind of
Like, they go in your, like, stomach or something?
yeah, you know
Kinda,
how
yeah.
they kind of like it's like an area where like if you get cold, like they go
Little
all the way up
pouch within the
there.
pouch?
Yep. So
Yeah.
you just like take a little tape and throw it back there. But some people use underwear for it. And in y'all's case, you might want to use underwear because the tape is a nightmare.
And that way you just,
tell
it's
me.
literally, you don't have to worry about
But
it.
if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
just in my case, I am like a non-tucking person because I don't do specifically like female impersonation. I do very like androgynous, non-binary
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So
That's the way I would go.
I personally don't tuck because
Yeah.
there's no fucking. I want to have
Fuck
a nice
tucking.
night. I want to have
That's
yeah.
a t-shirt.
And I
Well,
just
and
don't
I
do it
also
because I'm
wanna-
lazy.
And I also want to still stand when I pee.
Yeah,
so, like,
that too.
I
Because
still
when
wanna
you're
properly
like
use
when
the
you're
restroom.
in mid gush and you're trying to like suddenly that feeling hits that you've had 3 vodka sodas and you're like, oh my god, I need to pee.
Yeah, and you're, like, shooting it backwards, I guess, right?
yeah, it's worse.
It's the worst.
The worst.
The worst.
The worst case that I ever had was last year's Draggies. I was in a dress, like
yeah.
literally a custom dress that we had sewn myself into.
Yeah, we made her like hot couture in the backstage. We like sewed it onto her so she couldn't get out of it by the end of the night.
It was like
Well,
the
that sounds like
spider
a
web
scary,
dress.
like, you're trapped, like, this forever,
It
ever.
was.
Yeah, she was suffering.
Because
was bad.
come the end of the night, I had to pee so bad that I was like, "Thank you all so much for coming. Have a wonderful night." And I just booked it backstage, and the dress went.
yeah.
Was that part of the show, too? Oh, I got 20 on that.
Well, that was for the backstage.
Yeah,
that was on
Yeah.
Patreon.
Those were the girls betting. Yeah, those were the girls betting on her pee. 'cause
They were
she
like,
was
"All right,
suffering."
here's this Kentucky racehorse. Let's see if she can make it to the Derby."
Yeah, no, not fun.
Okay, so we talked about different styles of different themes, right, for each event. So you guys perform at different venues around town. You listed like 3 or 4 that you perform at. Is this like every other night you guys have a show going on? Is it a different theme at each venue?
So it is sometimes themed. It depends on who's producing it. And as far as the schedule goes, it's not super duper consistent just because of the region we're in. In other drag communities, like let's say New York, even as close as Denver, also Los Angeles, you will be having like daily drag shows. We follow people and have some like drag friends who live in like other places that do drag as a shift. Whether they're hired by Hamburger Mary's, which is like a chain that does drag, or whether they're hired by the local
I'm
bars.
getting hungry just listening.
And they literally will do like, some of them will do like a shift's worth of shows where there will be like a matinee, there will be a late afternoon, there will be a nighttime, and they'll be there for a shift.
And do they travel around like, and headline different clubs
Like
around?
the
Some of them
Globetrotters.
do. Yes, some of them
like
do.
drag.
There's an entire like grapevine connection of producers. Most of the time the producers all know each other or know of each other. And specifically to here, all the producers definitely know each other or know of each other. And because we're a smaller city, it really only happens on weekends for the most part. And when it gets more consistent and busy, it's normally during holidays or like certain events. Like Pride Month will be really busy. Yes.
So, like, do you guys have, like, are you competitive? Like, do you have, like, playoffs, like, drag playoffs? Like, okay, this guy, like, he's doing well, he's number 1 seed, and, like, do you have that?
We have this inside joke in the drag community that we're like, we're all family. We love each other, but in reality, it is a business.
It's cutthroat.
And they, not to say that like everybody specifically is out to get each other,
And it's not like an everyone hates each other situation.
Has anyone been
realistically.
poisoned before to take them down before the big contest?
You know,
No,
that happened to me
but that'd
once
be
upon
so
a time. I
interesting.
ate that ham and I just totally didn't think about it.
Turned green right
People
away.
would just,
Sure did.
they're
They
like,
sure
try
did.
my ham. No, I don't think so, because in 2021, someone did this ham trick to me. No, I'm
old
not
Yeah.
doing that.
I
Ham
was
in the
full on
tailpipe
Uma
trick?
Thurman in Batman and Robin, where they like pushed me into the case full of all the potions and chemicals and stuff, and I came out and I looked like this, and I was like, great, now what am I gonna do? This is my whole brand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you talk about brand, do you have a character that you specifically develop, or do you have different costumes, different outfits that you wear on different nights?
So, well, for me, mine's really simple. Mine is just very me in and me out. It's not really a character like some people do. Mine is very, as far as the transformation, it's very visual. Like right now today, I'm obviously not like all done up as much. I'm
No,
just
but you're a
kinda covered
burglar,
up.
or like you're
I'm a burglar.
you're
I'm about to
criminal.
rob everyone.
This is
but
like, yeah.
I will
Yes.
get done up in such a fashion where it is a very big transformation, but at the end of the day, it is still like me in makeup. But there are other queens out there who will have a Hannah Montana moment, and you do not know who the fuck that is when they're in it.
Yeah.
That's me. I like to say it's my Bruce Wayne Batman moment, because I get out of drag and suddenly everyone's like, what the heck is that?
Can we? Is there like? Can we see? Is there? Oh, we don't probably have photos. Do you ever like say like here's how I am like without the gear or like the makeup or like?
Are you always?
Does anyone
I-
find out?
I have like old comparison photos. Like a lot of people on my on, like certain social media websites that I use, like Instagram is probably the least, but things like TikTok and things like Facebook, a lot of people can see me out of drag.
That'd
They'll
be
occasionally see
interesting,
me
just
out.
like to see the difference, right? And then imagining
Let me get
like
my
what
phone out for you.
I think everyone wants to know like who is like what else.
Yeah.
They always want to see whatever you present. What else? Like what? How are
Yeah,
they?
let me see you in your suit and tie at the bank during your day job. And
Like
then
it's
try-
still robbing it though, right?
Oh yeah, my
Which is
day
always
job.
funny, because when you guys were talking about real estate, I was like, oh, well, out of the gig, I do property management.
Oh,
so
do
I
you?
was like, oh, that I totally get that ball game.
Can you arrive like that and be all, hey, surprise, the boss is here? And like, oh, well, like undercover boss. You're like,
You
I've
know-
actually been the boss this whole time. I've been working here.
Funny enough, my boss was like, if you get on RuPaul's Drag Race, we're gonna have a viewing party and you have to be in drag.
From now on, when you show up to work,
Yeah.
we're going to get paid a bonus.
to boner.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Who's this character? Does this one have a character, like the name?
Nope, that's just me.
So
Like you're versatile. What's
that
the
is-
rabbit's name?
The rabbit's name, I actually
Like
don't know
Chuck.
if I've named her. It can be Chuck though.
All right, Chuck.
yeah,
Chuck is like
we'll go
the
with
girl.
Chuck.
Okay, so I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So is there different communities? So if you're from what, Denver or just Colorado?
So it's a little town called Alamosa.
Love
Yeah.
Alamosa.
It's like 30 miles north of the border. So it's basically New Mexico light.
Right.
But, and it's all New Mexico, but they just go, oh, we're from Colorado, so we're.
Got it. Are there more communities that you're finding? How is Albuquerque? Are they pretty acceptant of drag lifestyle? Do we get a
Yes.
big support from the community here?
When I first came here,
I'll find a photo later.
Please.
it was kind of insane how like progressive it was. Just going from a small town to, not to say that Albuquerque is like the biggest city in the world, but going from 10,000 people to more people being on UNM campus alone, it was quite the shift. But it really is fascinating just seeing how art-centric New Mexico is. More so than I see a lot of other states. They really prioritize local art and just really driving home that, yes, what you see here was made by the people who live here.
There is something for everyone. I really feel like in this town there are such like subsections of everything. Like there's like the artist community is its own like. It's there's a cult following for almost everything, and you
Yes.
go, oh, there's pockets, and we learn about the pockets of the population all the time. We go, oh my God, that exists, and then they go, yeah, open up Pandora's box, and there's just that, just a heavy participation that you never knew.
There's so many.
What about, can seniors drag race? Like when do they have?
yeah.
Like, is there,
Oh, girl,
like,
we
where
have-
do
we
you
have
find
senior-
those guys?
We have like we have senior citizen drag.
We sure
How does that
drag
look?
Artists.
Wrinkly.
My favorite
Is that
my
like
favorite,
drag in, like they're dragging?
My favorite. I can't physically show you now, but I implore you to watch a movie called National Anthem. You can't really rent it, or you can't really like easily stream it. You have to rent it, but find it on Amazon or Apple and rent it. It's called National Anthem. There's a really, really pretty girl on a horse.
Is it really a girl?
Huh?
Is it really a girl?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Like, I'm in,
So
but I'm also in. Like, you're doing pretty
And
guys.
Halsey's in it too.
Halsey's in it.
Oh.
Yes. I got to be a featured
That's the
background in
seller
it.
right there.
And one of my friends, Larry Aguilar, got to be in it. And Larry Aguilar is, I don't know how old Larry Aguilar
Larry
is.
is at least late 60s, early 70s.
Shout out
That's
Aguilar.
right my age range.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her drag is cunty. Her drag is iconic.
Yeah.
I love it.
That is a good descriptor. In
Yeah,
fact, I'm
I
like,
love her.
Dad, these things are real cunty around here.
Yeah, she's cunty. I love
Yeah.
I would
Country
imagine.
singer.
I would imagine behind the scenes at a drag show, it could be a reality show. I mean, you guys say you're sisters, you support each other, but I bet it gets a little catty in some areas. But it would be
Oh, yeah.
comical to have a camera back there full time.
Absolutely.
You guys should
I've
like
always
secretly
wanted
like
to-
say, hey, I've been secretly like videoing you, but it's cool. Are you guys cool with that? There's the things where we could get you in Candid
Imagine.
and then sending like waivers and stuff.
Oh,
like,
I've always wanted to do like a
Yeah.
reality
you
show.
can.
Like,
you
like
just have their permission next.
Oh, I've always wanted to have a My Life on the D-list moment.
Oh, yeah, it'd be
But
fun.
in the drag community where I just get to go bug everyone there and get to just show everybody online like what
Yeah.
it's like. Oh, that'd be so
I'm sure like it would be
fun.
like, oh my, but like maybe we should. Like, what if I walked in there just like this? I'm like, don't worry about, I'm not doing
Don't
anything.
worry, ladies, tuck
No,
away.
no, he's fine. No, you guys explain like he's
You would have a
the
gang
man behind
you
the
have a
curtain.
gang of drag
He's
queens
fine.
and pitchforks and torches.
No, they told me it was fine. I'm just trying to like catch up.
No, it's for TV.
No, we actually should be here.
That's so funny.
So coming up, let's talk a little bit more about the Draggy Awards. What in the hell is a Draggy Award, and can we be nominated?
So
What are my chances?
So the Draggy Awards are an award show that I don't know when exactly we made the concept for it, but we made it probably at the end of 2023, around there.
This is you guys' project? Like,
Yes,
oh,
this
cool,
is a
cool.
project
I like
that we came up with together,
Okay.
and we wanted to kind of do a similar thing to like what the Oscars do and what the Grammys do, but have it specifically for the drag community here and other communities that are adjacent to the drag community or businesses that provide a lot for our community.
Okay.
So we decided to make the Draggies, and we started it at Albuquerque Social Club, which was really good and it went very well. And we decided to go with the Guild this year to have it more set in like a theater setting, have a little bit more of an easier way of seating people. And I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Walk me through a night at the Draggies. So I'm guessing red carpet. Does everybody show up in
You have
drag?
the itinerary.
I wanna
I
go.
sure
Yes,
do.
you do.
Dude, we gotta go. I'm gonna rope off our area though.
So we always encourage people because if there's one thing that you have to tell drag artists that can sometimes make them lose their mind is telling them that there's no theme. Because if you tell them they're like,
they
well,
want
what's the
some-
theme?
yeah.
What's the theme? And I'm like, there's no theme.
They're
Just
like, no,
dress.
give me something. Give
This
me
is your
some
red carpet
confines. Yeah.
moment. Dress up in whatever you want and whatever you feel the best in. So basically, the start of the show, it's red carpet. All of the Albuquerque community showing up. We have our two drags, my drag auntie and my drag sister, Katie K and Felicia Rockstar
What
Faraday.
does that mean? Sorry. What is a drag
So
uncle?
we have drag families.
Okay.
So like I have a drag mother and a drag father.
Like a sorority sister type thing?
Basically.
Yes,
Yes.
very, very similar to that.
like
Grant was
that.
in a sorority.
Yes.
I would like to sub out my actual mom with a drag mom. My mom's not very nice. So what are my chances?
Well, sometimes a drag mom can be just.
I love
Can't
that,
be
I
worse
love
than
that
her.
you
My
compare
mom
it to
is
that
mean.
because that actually is like the cleanest way to
Yeah.
compare it.
Yeah.
It is very like a sorority where there is a sorority mother or a frat father, like
Yes.
very similar to that, but it's a little just smaller and more broken up. You could
Okay.
say it's a little just more personal.
Okay.
So during the red carpet, they'll be doing the pre-show and they'll be interviewing people as they come in. They'll be like, tell us about your nominations.
Yeah.
How do you feel tonight? And just really getting them hyped up for the event. And then this year, we didn't do it last year, but this year we had booked a headliner from RuPaul's Drag Race. We booked her from the most recent season because we were like, We wanted to do it for last year, but just with budget and, just really starting it for the first time, you're really kind of using it as a litmus test to see if, people are really interested in it.
Yeah, star power. Boom.
And last year, it was like, oh, this is a really fun, like, kitschy drag show, and there's fun awards. And then this year we did it, and suddenly everyone was like, okay, this is the Olympics, and I'm taking this incredibly seriously.
The real deal Holyfield.
Like, in total, last year we had over 560 votes. This year we've had 1,500.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's still counting.
How much does it take, like to get in?
It's $20 for general admission.
I'll pay that
and
right
then
now.
$20 for the meet and greet.
Oh,
We can send you the Eventbrite. Yeah. Yeah, we can send you the Eventbrite link and
What
everything
happens
for a
there?
ticket.
It's like, what do you do?
So
You
the
get to,
meet, so the meet and
hug
greet
or,
will
like-
so the meet and greet
Yeah.
will have set up before the show in the venue, so it'll be at the theater, and it's just an opportunity to meet our headliner from Drag Race, take a picture with
That's really
her,
cool.
say hello,
And so what are the categories, if you don't mind? I mean, are there like 20 categories?
you have the
or
list
just-
of them.
Yeah,
Well,
there-
I
Give me the
actually
top
have-
three
I have it
categories.
Like, is
listed
there
with
like a
my
Vegas
phone.
wing? And then like
Last year we did have...
non-tuckers get out of here. Like, to see you. We'll see you wing.
Well, that would have been a totally
Because then
other option.
I feel like throwing my hat in the ring.
In the wing.
While we didn't do
We
a
didn't
biggest
do-
wing, we
we did
do
do
have an
Vera
ass
wing.
award.
Yes.
We do have an ass award.
Okay.
Because the biggest part about, one of the biggest
Another
parts about
first place.
drag is doing hip pads and ass.
Yeah.
With,
Well,
and
what
all
about
that stuff.
natural? Like, because everyone would be playing for second if I ran that one.
Oh, we have some natural girls.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't win an award obviously because I make the awards, but I am the one who like owns the ass award that I get to give. that's the award that
And
I get.
we had another one for best tits.
Yes,
And
we have the
Oh,
Titty
damn
Wishes
it.
award.
That's where I'm lackluster.
Well, we have one sister named Sherry Moan, and
Yeah.
she has a very, very good personalities. Like,
I'm in.
And so you buy them on Amazon? Where do you find...
She has big bazookas.
Where do you find the best hits? Do you buy them from China?
you can buy it from Amazon.
Oh, there's
yeah.
so many places.
there
You
a
don't
store
know
here?
where? I'll show you my guy.
There's people who
jerky
make
guy
like
and then the boob guy.
customs. There's custom makers too.
Yes.
And they're
They'll make-
silicone or they're just cotton?
They're whatever.
They can be either.
They can, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the times they'll be silicone and they'll be like filled with an air of some sort so that they're not as heavy. And you can get them custom to
helium
like
would be
any
the
size you
lightest.
want. Yep, helium actually would be
Yeah.
nice on some of those chest
Helium
pads.
would be
some of
very
those chest
interesting.
plates.
Oh, heat
You're
tits?
trying
I
not
like
to
you
have
guys
your
like
tits
indulge
fly
my
away.
genius thoughts.
You're
Yeah,
trying not
don't
to have
steal
your
my
tits
idea.
just in
Please
front of
don't
your
steal
face
my
during your
ideas.
number.
Don't steal my idea, please. I'm counting
You,
on
you do it, and then you do like "Can't Feel My Face" by The Weekend, and just
That means you have like too much coke on your boobs. If you,
yeah. Well, yes.
Again.
What's another award?
What
we
is the,
have?
okay, so what is the grand prize? What is the
So
top category?
biggest award of the night is Performer of the Year.
Okay.
That's just the big culmination. The deadliest catch, the big fish. It is a award to recognize someone who has spent the entirety of 2024 to 2025 and making it that year. Like that is their year.
Whoa.
And
do I have a chance? Like, look at like the move, like this and like this. Do I have a chance? Like,
No, you
what
don't.
am I? do
we
I have-
might you might be able to get some stiff competition for the dancing award.
You get some
because-
Then not
stiffies.
tucking. If that's the case, then I'll have stiff competition for them. You know what I mean?
Mark, insert a picture of the RuPaul's Drag Race judges panel.
No,
now.
insert a picture. No, insert this.
But yeah, so there are some awards like I don't like to say that there's some awards that have more weight than others because at the end of the day they're all getting voted by the same community, so they all still hold the same weight.
Yeah, but we know.
there are some like there's producer of the year, performer of the year.
Yeah.
One of the other big ones is the newcomer award. So we always give that to someone who has just started in the community.
Old comer, newcomer.
Heavy
Just,
comer.
yeah. I like
Hey,
it.
you know what?
We can't get canceled because you don't know what we mean.
And as,
What are you talking about? We didn't mean it like that. What are you, sick?
I think the Heavy Comer Award is my favorite.
Yeah. All right, let's
Oh
get back
man,
on the rails.
the heavy
please.
comer award.
And as my grandpa says, as long as it's still going.
My grandpa never gave me that advice.
All right, so when is
Dead
the
for a
event? Let's
while,
plug
though.
the event one more time.
It's June 21st.
Plug it.
Yeah, Saturday, June 21st, and it starts at 8 p.m.
Tickets on sale on Eventbrite.
Yes.
We'll have a link to it on our
And
website as well.
Ticketmaster.
No, Sorry, Eventbrite.
I was
Okay,
gonna say we're not educated enough for Ticketmaster quite yet.
They'll just rip you off anyways.
Ticketmaster will be like $3,000 for
Yeah,
a
exactly.
seat,
We're not
and you
paying
get
that
20
service
of
fee.
it.
Not
Yeah.
here, not never.
They'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you all are RuPaul, $50,000."
Do you like Big Frida? I like her music.
Oh yes,
I
we
like
love
Big
Big
Frida.
Frida.
Yeah. Big Frida's fun.
That'd be cool if you kind of like booked her. That'd be such a surprise, right? But I like her.
Good thing to keep in mind.
Yes, yeah, it
It's
is.
It's not too late.
But yeah, June 21st. Yeah, tickets on Eventbrite. It's only $20 to get in.
And it's at the Guild this year.
It's at the
Yes.
Guild. It ends at midnight. And then after midnight, we're probably just going to be chilling at either or both of the queer bars that are right by it, Sidewinders and Albuquerque Social Club. They're both nominated for a venue award, so we're going to go celebrate with them after. So if anyone wants to party it up, it's going to be there.
What do you
The
say?
whole idea is
What do you say? What do you
all
say?
of
I'm
community.
into it.
Yes.
Awesome. Ladies,
This has been wonderful.
this has been an adventure for sure. Carly, Rico, Quinn, the Clown Princess of Albuquerque, and John Moll, a.k.a. Salty Pirate Tits. I got to throw that out there on Instagram.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys sharing with us. This has
Yes.
been fun and
Thank
entertaining.
you so
much for
That's the whole
having
goal
us.
of showing all about Albuquerque. Coming up next, here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. It's everybody's favorite, Skip's Tips.
Not like what you think tips,
This is UABQ.
the regular kind. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed Salty Pirate Tip, like I did. So we're on segment 3, which is Skip's Tips.
Oh, yeah.
Skip's Tips. Anything that saves us time, makes us more money, or allows us to have more fun in real estate or in real life, ladies. Buying a house, get a clue. And I'm talking about the secret weapon, a clue report. A clue report is a comprehensive loss underwriting exchange report. What the hell is that? Well, basically, it's a Carfax for houses. It'll disclose if there's been any insurance claims on a specific property in the last 5 to 7 years, whether that's fire, flood, any type of damage that the seller neglected to report to you will show up in that clue report. So don't get fooled by fresh drywall. There could be underlying issues from previous things that happened to the property in the past. Don't just trust the paint, trust the paper. Get that Carfax. It's called a clue report, and ask the seller to provide you a clue report as part of your due diligence and inspections. Share this with a friend and tell them Skip said so.
Oh, yeah.
I can't breathe. Oh, we're back. We are reaching new grounds. We are reaching around, new areas of town, and I think you're happy with our findings, right? Share this with a friend. I don't know where we're going with this. I really like this episode was so heavy. Like I don't know. I'm still wondering and wandering in my mind. What do you think?
Every Wednesday night, Sunday morning here on the
Bye-bye.
Education Channel, worldwide on YouTube. This is all about you, ABQ.
You decide.
You're watching you, ABQ.